Today marks 1486 days shared lessons I learned and continue to learn with you. I hope these insights will inspire you, support your team, help you your goals, and empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about a very simple and small topic, and that is what truly means to start small. I think such an important topic because everyone wants to start big. But I think if you really actually want to be big, you need to learn how to build foundations, and the foundations is majority of times built on small things. So today we'll share what kind of ideas we need to consider when we think about starting small. Number one, start with something so easy you can't not do it. It's a beautiful thing. So that means that when you think about um, the small things, that sometimes people say, "Oh, I want to read a book," and that's my task is to read a book. But when thinking about reading a book, that could be so daunting, and we potentially procrastinate to do it. But if you have a task to read a page a day, sometimes so it seems insignificant, but I have seen so many times that one page, two pages a day could be so significant in the long run because most books are about 200 pages. If you read 2 pages a day, that means you'll finish a book within 100 days, within 3 months. That means that you will finish books. Worst case scenario, you finish 4 books a year. How much better you will feel about yourself. Most people who really able to read for 3 months, 6 months, for 2 pages a day, they build consistency, and after that they feel the difference that reading books gives, and they inspired to read more. But again, this is starting small, so it's so beautiful. Even it seems so ridiculously small to read a page, 2 pages a day. But I think that we need to really start to see the beauty and miraculous power of starting small. Number two, it's about building identity, not achieving volume. And that's a beautiful thing. Example with reading books 2 pages a day. You building identity who are consistent, who is a reader, who is a leader, who is a person who developed himself. This is who you are from now on. When you read 2 pages, this is who you are. So it doesn't matter how much you read, but you read. You are a reader. This is your identity now. So you're able to label yourself because you're actually doing the right things. And I think that there's a lot of things with food we can look into. We can exercises. It doesn't matter how much you exercise, because sometimes people like, oh, I need to exercise 1 hour and a half, 2 hours a day to call myself athlete. No, 15 minutes a day and you are ready. Or a person who is healthy, who's conscious of the health, who is a leader, who's working towards improving himself. And again, this is a beautiful thing because the more you use those small behaviors to really build your identity, that identity is put forward to really change your behavior even more. Because a lot of times, small actions allows us to really change the identity, and when you change identity, that identity even changes behavior even more. So it becomes even a cycle. Number three, start small, not equal stay small. It's a beautiful thing. I think one of the beautiful thing that I really love saying is that it doesn't matter how small you start, what matters how big you finish. It doesn't matter how small you start, what matters how big you finish. And that's again where you are able to really start small. I think that it's in everything, with investments, with business. Because I remember one person that I really know, I said that he wanted to make $500 a month extra with the business, $500 a month, and that's it. And after he made 500, then he started making 1,500, then 5,000, then 50,000, and that's how he improved. And he started from $500 a month, and that's all he wanted. That's all he needed. And I think that's exactly starting small. It doesn't mean to stay small, because when you achieve your goal, sometimes you want to stretch even more because you start to see that it's possible. Because if you really say, okay, I want to make $50,000, and that's going to be daunting, but when you start making those small improvements, you understand, okay, I could become bigger every single time, just a little bit, improve small. Number four is start at the chapter before real beginning. Real beginning, that means that when I say that you want to go to a gym and a small exercise 15, but that means that what you're able to do chapter before is maybe putting shoes before going to gym. So that means if you want to go to a gym and in the morning, maybe prepare your clothes in the evening before going to a gym. So you can ask, okay, what could I potentially do? Prepare that small action and do some small action before small action. That means you are positioning yourself to even do better with those small actions. So that means there's even small actions. I think one of the biggest thing that I really love about when I came back to gym after injury and I didn't want to go to gym. It was so bad. I was so tired and didn't want to go to gym. So what I decided to do, just go in gym and do whatever. Maybe I will do a little bit this one, maybe I'll do this one. There's no intention. Just go to the gym was the only thing that was my goal. My go to gym, do one or two pull-ups, couple push-ups, and that's it. And after that, you go every single time, you feel better and better and better. And then after that, you're able to build a routine. And I think that's the beautiful thing. Being okay to be small at the beginning of the journey. Number 5, make progress unavoidable, not impressive. And again, this is again the story of it going to a gym. When you go and do things, no matter how small it is, it's unavoidable. You for sure will get better. 100%. There's impossible not to get better. And again, if you go to gym to impress people, how much you press, how much you're able to do, how much you're able to squat, that will discourage you to go there. But when you know that you've been out of the gym, you're not don't have a lot of energy, but going to a gym with a goal in mind, just to go, to build routine, to build consistency, to build identity, at that moment, you know that your progress will be unavoidable because you showing up day after day, doing whatever you can, no matter how small it is. And again, it doesn't need to be impressive, it just need to be progress. Number 6 is small enough that you don't need motivation. But that's again like when I will feel motivated, then I will do. But what happens if you create something that you don't need motivation? Maybe you can create, okay, how could I really break that down into activities that doesn't require motivation anymore? That I could be disciplined at. What kind of small activity could I do that I could use discipline instead of motivation? Because when you use discipline, the discipline expands. It's a muscle. So that means when that muscle becomes stronger, you're able to really do more and more disciplined activities. So that means that somebody is starting small with discipline as well, because I'm not a disciplined person. Maybe you're not a disciplined person because I never developed the muscle of discipline. Exactly the same person could never go in a gym. I'm not very good in impressing because I never done that. How you could be good at it, something that you never did? Of course it will be bad. So with discipline, if you never did anything disciplined, of course it requires some time to really develop. So that means starting small, building those routines will be essential. And because you don't need motivation, again, that's small actions. Small actions that removes future friction. I think that's something that's even a small step. It's really when you think about what kind of small tasks you need to do. For example, I think one important thing that we're able to look into, okay, how we could really build an environment about small action. So that means if you want to really, let's say that you're writing and you want to write a chapter a day, maybe cleaning your table, making sure that it's clean and clutter free, that could be a great uh, small action that removes future friction. Because when you come up and you want to write and there's so much dirt, so much stuff on your stuff, it could be hard to really focus because there's so much unfocused materials around it. So being able to really have small actions that really helps to remove small friction from the future, that could be as well a great small thing. Number 8, small means you can recover instantly from setbacks. It's interesting because when you really pursue big goal, big task, if you fail, that could potentially could really damage our belief. But if you really focus on small things, and you don't need to be perfect, because if you didn't do, that means that's just a small thing that it doesn't hurt as much because you're able to do next day get back to routine, get back to consistent. And I think that if you miss one day, that's still could be excellent. If you miss 2 days in a row, that might be a choice already. And I think that we need to choose be excellent, not perfect, because sometimes we seek perfection. If we fail one day, then we will fail a whole week or a whole month. And I think that what we need to learn that small actions need to be consistent. And if we have a setback, we need to come back instantly in doing the right thing. Number 9, small gives you early wins, which your brain needs. One thing is that it's dopamine. Every single when you have a look at this is my goal, and you achieve your goal, there's dopamine. That means it's a small win, and that win, what dopamine gives? It gives energy, and energy required to really do the things that you really need to do to achieve your goal, the ultimate vision. So that means that small actions that you have set, because if you really seek that big goal, but you never achieve that goal in a long run, you never get that dopamine hit, that energy hit. But when you have small goals, small actions, you get constant dopamine, constant energy that leads. But of course, we need to really create those goals and tasks that moves the needle forward, no matter how small those incremental improvements are. The last one, number 10, is small keeps perfection out of driver's seat. Because when you see perfection, sometimes you need to get, I need to really do this massive thing because otherwise I will not be perfect. And I think that when you have those small things, it's like, for me, it's much more important improvement than perfection, progress than perfection. Seeing, I really, one of my, I always said in one of my favorite quotes is that if you can fly, then run. If you're not able to run, then walk. If you're not able to walk, just crawl. Just keep moving forward. And small actions, that's exactly what it is. It allows you keep moving forward because sometimes when that's our, or you call it minimal viable product or minimal standard. What is your minimal standard that you can do every single day? Because when you have a good day, you can really increase those standards. But when you have a bad day, you still are able to show up on that small action, that minimal viable product. So I hope you reflect because I truly believe that small actions is underrated and is extremely important because extraordinary results, I think that it is started from small actions. So I hope you choose win and see you tomorrow.